Happy New Year, everybody. Since we won't see you until next year.
Lord. Next year. Hopefully he'll drop dead in a few weeks. But hope everybody had a good Christmas. How was you guys' Christmas?
Quiet. One day, Johnny. One day.
One day we'll wake up to that obituary, and you best believe all three of us are going to be online drunk, celebrating. I will be drinking champagne.
Right after I go on the front porch and go,
champagne, whiskey, tequila. I don't give a shit if I end up in the ER with alcohol poisoning.
There's an alcohol place right around the corner across the street from me. I'll be right in there. Give me your biggest bottle of whatever it is. I don't care what it's called.
I don't care what it is.
It'll be called unleaded. Give it to me, and I'm taking it home.
I mean, Lord have all the mercies.
You not live your life in a way where everybody wishes you would die.
It's that
you're going to do
it. I want to thank you, Johnny, for the gift card to Barnes and Nobles for Christmas. Today is the last day at Barnes and Nobles. Everything in store is 25% off, except Legos and magazines. Everything is 25% off, and some books are 50% off. So with the gift card that you sent me for Christmas, Johnny, I got 4 books, and I still have money left over.
Oh, nice.
I still have $4 left over, and I got 4 hardbacks. So
that's kind of a bad thing sometimes when you have like $3-4 because you have to use it, but then you go in there and you spend $78.
Yeah,
I have $40. I have $40 left on the gift card that you sent me. Because everything was 25% off, and then 2 books that I bought were 50% off. So I got 2 hardcovers for 50% off, and then 2 for 25% off, plus my premium member discount. So it came out to like 60 something bucks. I think it was like $67. So, and I bought all 4 brand new hardcovers. If I had known, because I ran to purchase the Bloodsworn Saga when it first came out, because I was scared that it was gonna sell out so fast because it was limited edition. They had a few, so I'm kind of glad I jumped on it, because they only had like 2 or 3, and that place was so freaking packed. The line was wrapped around almost the entire store. So yeah, I got 4 books and a planner, Johnny. I got a new planner for next year. So yeah, $67 for everything. And then yeah, so I have some books to read now. So thank you so much for that.
I got a new addition to the family. I was sharing my wish list with my sister, and she says, "Oh, do you buy Care Bears?" I said, "No, I just like to look at it." They make me instantly happy when I watch.
Does that one have a scent?
No, just the birthday guy has the scent. The other ones are just, I'm a Gemini, I like variety. And then there's like 50,000 different kinds. Back in the day, it was actually a show, Care Bears was sort of geared towards Christians. And then it became kind of like a Avengers type of thing. They all had special powers, and their little thing here all did something different. And so it was interesting to me. But I have to share this with y'all too, because I got some markers and a coloring book from Becca. And
did you do one? Hold on.
No, I didn't do one yet. But
I'm gonna make you bigger.
The picture. And what's 2 of my favorite pictures. This one is a crime scene. It says, "Delete my browser history." That's what it says on the thing there. And the little rabbit's got a carrot in its back because someone stabbed it. And then my favorite one And it came with the note, don't get any ideas, but if you do, I'm in. So there's that.
Be good or be good at it.
And you know the movie It, where he's like in the drain, the clown.
Yeah, in the road drain.
He's in the drain and the little paper boats going that way. That's the scene here. And it says, I have a PS5 down here.
Is that what the little sticker says?
Yes, I have a PS5 down here.
Oh my God.
The killer clown is right there. There's the balloon, and then there's the little boat right there too.
What kind of clown is it? Is it a hamster? What is that?
It's a bunny. They're all bunnies and dogs and cats in this.
The innocent-looking criminals.
Can you do a flip through for us on that one? Because I'm thinking about getting that coloring book for myself.
I should.
To get some ideas, Becca.
Well, that's what I wrote on the note to Johnny. I said, don't get any ideas, but if you do, I want in.
There's the dead fries, and then a little ketchup at the crime scene. There's a tomato for the ketchup, and then there's a potato for the fries, I guess. And there's fries. The potatoes are investigating the fries' death.
That would be Trump's crime scene.
So that'll be fun. And someone sent me, thank you to Janice who sent me some cards, and thank you to Star and Flurry Tarot who sent me this. I got it today. And so thank you for that too. I used the ones for the gossip stream yesterday or whatever day that was from Janice. And then those from Nancy from Star and Flurry Tarot, they're actually missing 4 cards. And so I have to see what to do. To see what to do about that.
They came with 4 cards missing?
Yes.
Oh, that's not.
I thought I just couldn't count, but they're missing 4 cards.
That's the first thing I do when I open a deck. I count and make sure I get 78 cards.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes they'll send you like a duplicate of a card or something. And it's like, wait a minute. What's going on here? What card's duplicated?
So that's been my life for however long.
Braxy got ice cream and sweet potato chips. So she was very happy about that for her Christmas. And then we went up to the mountains. No snow, but it was cold. So I enjoyed it. Not cold enough to see your breath, but 40 something compared to 70 something here.
Mm-hmm.
So I was enjoying that, but that's what we did. Had dinner up there. We went to a few family dinners. So, and then how was your Christmas, Jenny? Quiet.
I went live with Lori about 3:00 in the afternoon, and I'm taking care of my neighbor's cats, so I have to go over there a couple of times a day and spend some time with them. And since my TV's out, I can sit over there and watch some TV a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of TV, I just started. I don't know what rock I've been living under, or probably because I'm buried in a pile of books I want to read. But I've had this book on my Kindle for a few years now, and I finally got around to reading it. I had no idea that they had made it into a TV show back in I think 2015. I didn't know that until after I finished the book because I was like, what the hell? I guess it was M. Night Shyamalan's first time producing or directing a TV show. But the way I almost choked on how bad I was gasping throughout that book, I was like, what the hell is going on? I was so confused, gaslit, claustrophobic, uncomfortable, a sense of dread. I loved it, but I hated it because it messed with my head so bad. And I guess the name of the show is called Pines. It's by Blake Crouch. And this is like the 3rd or 4th book I've read from him. And I wanted to jump into the second one. I was like, calm down and take a breather, because that was a wild ride. And I guess the TV show with I think his name was Matt Dillon, but the TV show was called Wayward Pines. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
On FX?
The name sounds familiar, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, the name of the book is Pines. The first one is called Pines. The second one is called Wayward, and then the third one is The Last Town. the way I didn't know what the hell was going on. It's a Secret Service agent that gets sent to Wayward Pines, Idaho, to go look for 2 Secret Service agents that had gone missing. And as soon as he gets there, he gets hit by a Mack truck and he wakes up in a hospital, doesn't know what the hell is going on, has no ID, no phone, no briefcase. His partner is dead. Everybody's so uncooperative. It was, oh my God, that book was so fucked. I was like, what the hell is happening? But by the time I had no idea what was going on. I was thinking one thing and then I was thinking another. And then I'm like, wait, maybe he is crazy, but I had no idea what was happening until the very end when they put it together. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't even see that coming. So it was fun. I think I'm going to watch the show online when I get done reading the trilogy. And they're really short. They're only like 300 pages each for each book. So it's kind of like, it kind of reminded me of, what was the name of that show? The X-Files meets Twin Peaks sort of thing. That's what, minus the humor from Twin Peaks, because it was just a psychological crazy mind fuck. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So now I'm on a palate cleanser now before I jump into book 2, because I don't know if my anxiety can handle it. I was like, oh my God, I had to keep putting the book down. And Matt's like, what's wrong? I was like, I can't with this book. But then it's like, you can't look away. You're like, what's going to happen? So it was good. It was good. So yeah. Anyways, what else you guys got?
Well, somebody sent me a new printer for Christmas, and I haven't sent y'all anything yet. And as Beth in the chat, I am never on time with Christmas or birthday presents. You'll get them in 6 months after your birthday. I still haven't mailed Becca the present that we bought for her in Portland.
Oh.
I have something for you from both of us, Becca.
We'll give it to you when you see her again.
Yeah, if I'm gonna see you, I stuffed my suitcase with everything I've been meaning to send for like 2 years. I'm just horrible with birthdays and Christmas and everything.
Well, see, now you can print out your sheet music. That's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm most excited about, because now I can print my guitar music, my sheet music. Cute socks.
I also got these at Barnes and Nobles because they were 50% off.
Nice.
They do sell socks in there.
They sell all sorts of stuff.
They used to have like books on.
And they're so warm. So I got Christmas reading socks. See, they have books on them. I don't know if you can see that.
Cute.
Books. So yeah. So I hope you enjoy your printer.
I will. Being able, and like anytime I have to print something and sign it, a document or something, my printer doesn't work with this laptop. So I always have to go to Kinko, put it on a jump drive, take it to Kinko's, print it out, and then mail it if there's a document.
Kinko's is still around?
Yeah, there's still a few Kinko's. They're merged in with FedEx now here.
Oh. The Beebs is over here throwing a fit. I don't know why, because she got fed already. She's just sitting over there being a brat. Probably because she wants treats or something.
Christmas time. There's supposed to be a house full of treats.
I know.
Roro had hers before we went live.
Ice cream and sweet potatoes. So... But it's been raining, and then with the holidays driving all over the place, I haven't taken her to the park or anything. So, anywho. Anything else?
I see Lori in the chat. I enjoy doing the Christmas live with you.
She wants to read her cards. Yeah, she's got her little tarot cards over there.
I have to be on the lookout for more doggy tarot cards.
Mm-hmm. She loves those things. And then in that package that Mystery Achiever sent, there was 2 other toys besides the tarot cards. There was 2 other toys. One like this two-headed monster thing. She loves that thing. She sleeps with it. And then another like rope tug of war toy. She likes that one too. But mostly she walks around with her little tarot cards in her mouth. It's so cute. She hasn't torn any of them up. They're still in good. They're dirty because, you know, her mouth, but she doesn't tear up her toys normally at all. So
if there's other people watching that are like me and haven't sent Christmas presents yet, if you would like to purchase a gift card for a reading with Jen Lynn Tarot, go to jenlyntarot.com and purchase a gift card.
mm-hmm. Yep. And if you guys email me for a reading, I don't do readings that same day. I don't. And I will not honor those requests because I have a full-time job. I'm not going to drop everything to, you know, so I'm only available.
All of us, like, I don't do emergency readings. Don't ask, don't beg. I got a life too.
Only do readings Friday nights and Saturdays. So that's it. So I hate to say it, but it's like, you know, I have a full-time job. I can't take time away from my full-time job to go read, you know. So anyhow,
well, in my opinion, nothing is that urgent. You know, just stop and make the best decision with the information you have.
Amen.
Yep. So is that everything? Anything else, you guys? Or
I've got some openings in January too. So if people would like to schedule a reading for themselves to start the new year off, you know, we're going into Chinese New Year, Year of the Horse. It starts February 17th, which is when the lunar eclipse is, I believe. So we have an eclipse, and then it's going to gallop in. It's going to be whoosh, and it's a 1 year. 2026 is a 1 year, so we're going from 9 to 1. So each year to start. Next year's the year to start it.
I'm a horse.
Are you a horse?
Yeah, I'm a wood horse in Chinese. You're a pig. We're farm animals together.
I'm a metal ox.
So we're all hanging out.
Okay, we told this story before. I'm gonna tell it again though. We went to Portland, right, for gym seminar. Everywhere I go, there's a dog. Everywhere. There's a dog in the hotel. There's a dog walking down the street with me. There's a dog in a restaurant. There's a dog at the grocery store. There's a dog everywhere. And they're always in the elevator with me or somewhere where I don't want to be close to the dog. We go to the Chinese restaurant. My fortune cookie says, "Learn Chinese." Dog. Even the fortune cookie has the word dog in it. Like, that was just not cute at all. I wasn't appreciative of that.
The universe was
everywhere.
It was funny because he was like, I don't like fortune cookies. I love fortune cookies. I love that slightly orange almond taste. I love them. I love the flavor of them. I said, okay, I'll open yours for you, Johnny. This one's for you. And I pop it open. How to say dog in Chinese. I read it. I just started laughing. I couldn't even tell him what it said.
It's not even cute at all. I do want to say tarot class, beginner's class starts next week on Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I will be teaching from the Rider-Waite, so if you don't have a Rider-Waite, you still have time to get it. You don't have to have it. It just makes it easier to follow along because this is the deck I'll be using. Most tarot decks are based upon this, as you can see with the cross swords, and so they're based on this one. Well, I have 300 and something tarot decks. They're all based off of this one, which is why I teach from this one. So, but you don't have to have it. The meanings are still the same. The pictures are just different. So just want to put that out there. You still have time to get it. If you don't have one, Amazon has them for cheap. If you don't like Amazon, Depravity.com has a Rider-Waite there too. If you use my discount code TAJ, you save 20%. I do get a commission from that. So you can get your Rider-Waite from anywhere pretty much. They don't pay a bunch of money for it, $20 or less, because they're not expensive. So keep that in mind.
So Johnny, do we call you Piggy now?
No, ma'am.
Like, just teasing.
So tonight,
Now, mind you, that's not too far off. Remember, that was part of my stripper name. When
Back when you used to strip.
when we had the chocolate and my name was, what was it? Was pork something or piggy something? I forget what it was. But that was part of my stripper name.
So I was wondering tonight. I want to keep it kind of petty and fun because I just hope the fucker dies soon. I really do. Like, he's got one, like Johnny says, one foot in the grave and the other one on a banana peel. Like, come on now.
Pig and Taters. That was my stripper name.
Pig and Taters. That's it. Pig and Taters is Johnny's stripper
Oh,
name.
Lord Jesus, I don't know why that came to mind, but okay. Sorry. Please continue.
So that would be okay with you guys because it's just.
Well, I don't know if you saw on Christmas morning.
I don't want to go into the new year dragging shit with us. You know what I mean? Like,
leave it all in 2025. Trump was truthing like 300 times Christmas morning. He is losing it, and he is snorting up a lot.
So I want to start with his Euro trash wife, Melania, apparently was nowhere to be seen at the Christmas party because she was hiding out, I guess, because she tried to sue. Was it Bob Woodward or whatever?
Michael Wolff.
Michael Wolff. She tried to sue him for defamation for what he said about her being with, like, she was getting passed around like a joint at a frat party between Epstein.
She was a depreciated woman.
A depreciated woman. And
he countersued.
So he countersued. So it has to go to discovery. And apparently, word on the street is she was hiding out to avoid getting served.
You started it.
Exactly. I mean,
like, I know you are, but what am I?
God, I can't with that. I can't with any of them. Any of them, with the exception of Mary Trump, they're all shit. That entire family is just, they're just shit. So is she going to get served, or is she going to be hiding out forever?
I saw pictures of Trump sitting there bored out of his mind because nobody wanted to sit with him. And he finally, like, when he realized cameras were on him, he like waved like he was waving to somebody, but there wasn't anybody he was waving at.
Well, do you remember all those photo shoots where he would go out and wave to a crowd and it was all AI and people were showing the real photos of him just waving at nobody because nobody was there? What a sad, pathetic shit. What a sad, fucking pathetic piece.
Harold's Apprentice fan club.
Oh my God. There was, remember the one where he was like
Taters fan club, Johnny.
I think he was at like a tarmac or whatever, and he's waving like there's a whole crowd and there's nobody. There's literally nobody there, and he's just like.
Now, I will say, Johnny, if you decide to go back into stripping as Pig and Taters, you have to do the yam tit tassels.
Wait, okay. Pull the money out.
No tipping in Johnny bucks.
There you go. That's worth something on the internet somewhere. I bet you it is. I can get a whole depreciated woman with that. I bet you. I think yes, she will. There's 3 of Wands, anticipation, the 5 of Cups, regrets, and the 8 of Wands. Yes, I think she will. She can expect it soon, actually.
Can I get any more yes cards? Yes, on the bottom, Ace of Wands. Yes, first card with the sun. Yes. Ace of Swords at the bottom here. Probably at a party. She gets trapped at a party somewhere.
That's what I get.
Party there.
Dog Crossroads.
There's another yes.
Dog Crossroads Garden. Yeah, probably at a party where she's there. And there's more than one person looking to serve her. So it might be a pair of people that are there to serve her at a party. So
I'll probably have to pay $500 to get in, but
I think Johnny fell out. Oh, there he is.
Thank you, Mara.
I hit refresh.
Oh man. So
I was depreciating.
You were depreciating with your So Trump was losing his mind on Christmas Eve, yeah?
Yeah, he was deranged. I can't even remember the stupid stuff he was tweeting, but it was like 300 times. By the time Lori and I went live in the afternoon, it's like, oh my God, he is melting down, losing his mind. And Epstein files a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax.
Keep going, because at this point, I'm praying for an aneurysm. Give himself a fucking aneurysm. Because here's the thing.
He's live on camera.
I'm going to give you all the files. I'm going to give you all the files. I'm going to give you all the files during his campaign. It went from that to the files are on my desk. The files don't exist. The files are a Democratic hoax. Now they're being
now Cash Patel saying
there's no Republicans, only Democrats, but the files didn't exist. To the files are redacted, and we're going to release them we released them improperly so they can be unredacted. On top of by the way, the files that didn't exist, that were a Democratic hoax that all of a sudden exist. We found another 1 million.
1 million. I want to know how many of those are doctored or AI created.
Oh, listen to this. Apparently, that whole fiasco that happened a couple of weeks ago they were just releasing pages that were just all black. You know who you can thank for that fuck up? That they were supposed to be redacted. But then you can just take the entire page, right click, copy, put it on a Word document or on a notepad document and paste, and you can see everything.
It's Elon Musk's fault.
Elon Musk, because Doge got rid of their Adobe. Because Elon Musk in his infinite wisdom decided you don't need Adobe Pro. You can
please do some more ketamine.
Captain Ketamine went in there and fucked everything up. So everything that they were trying to hide, they couldn't even hide it properly, and they can thank Captain Ketamine for that one. So they're saying that there's another 1 million files. So I want to know. And then Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie are starting up contempt on Pam Bondi, which they don't need the courts. They can just have the sergeant at arms go and arrest her ass and hold her, detain her.
Arrest her for lying under oath, because she said there's not. It's sitting on my desk. Oh no, there's nothing in it.
Cash Patel Patel for lying under oath. Both of them
lying under oath. Send them to jail.
I want to start, and then there was a new report that came out, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that Trump is losing his mind, and he wants to have another special task force to scrub his name out of all of the files in the FBI. I'm like, further tamper. I can't. So let's start with. How do I want to word this? Because we know he had a meltdown from the Epstein file. That was evident on Christmas Eve when he was just losing his mind. Oh yeah, it was a cover-up. Oh yeah, he was undercover. I forgot about that one. Yeah. He was undercover for the fake files that were a Democratic hoax.
He was working for the FBI, CIA.
His supporters have to be so fucking stupid to be able to sit there. I mean, I'm getting whiplash from all the bullshit, and it's not even, they're not even good lies. They're not sophisticated in the slightest at all.
He can't remember anything. You know, he's stupid. So he latches onto something, and that's what he'll repeat over and over again, you know, because he can't retain. If they tell him, oh, don't talk about that, he's going to talk about it because he can't retain anything.
You tell the truth. You don't have to have a good memory, they say.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I want to start with, I think we read on Pam Bondi and stuff last week, but are they going to hold Kash Patel in contempt as well for lying to Congress? Because Ro Khanna ain't playing. Ro Khanna is not playing.
Well, contempt for not delivering all the files, or contempt for lying under oath. They're two different things. Or both.
For both. Is he going to be held in contempt? Period.
For something, because he's defending here with the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords. It starts with the Two of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So he's trying to block some sort of document coming his way too. The Temperance and the Star. And then the Nine of Swords and the Death. The Nine of Swords, he is very, very, very worried about the sort of increased pressure, if you will, because this is a change from the norm, which is a good thing. But with that Seven of Wands, he is defending.
For Janie Bratt, we were talking about this. Ro Khanna, okay, Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie are the ones that pressured to get the vote for the Epstein files. Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie, a progressive Democrat and a libertarian, are drawing up paperwork right now, as of last week, to hold Pam Bondi in inherent contempt. He does not need the courts. He does not need the Justice Department. He only needs the Sergeant at Arms, and the Congress constitutionally can go and get Pam Bondi and throw her ass in the fucking dungeon and keep her there, detain her for not complying. That's how that works. Sorry, go ahead, Jen.
They've got more they're hanging on to that they're not releasing too. You know, it's funny. I was watching a video talking about tarot cards the other day, and I thought it was interesting. She was talking about the Four of Pentacles, how he's got a crown on, and most of the minor arcana don't wear crowns, you know, except for the court cards. It's like he wants to be the king, right? He wants to be the king, but he doesn't have the tools to do it. Yeah, I get Trump is watching those two closely because of all the chaos they've stirred up and everything. He may try to get them to go, like leave their position before anything can be done. I do believe Kash Patel is going to face something on lying under oath. And there's going to be more whistleblowers coming out that have more materials of things he's done. And I think Trump is not long for this world. I really do think he is not long for this world.
Go to the gas station, get you a bag of Cheetos, and beat the shit out of them with a rock. Okay? And put all your energy into that Cheeto being Donald Trump. Okay, because voodoo dolls are expensive. Yes, I'm all for supporting small businesses, but do you really want that thing hanging around your house? Get you a Cheeto.
That's a good New Year's.
It may or may not work, but it'll do wonders for your mental health. I get the cross, the fox, and the book. He's going to be punished severely for manipulating something that is secret, and also fraud and manipulation that he's been doing on the down low. So I get a yes, he will be held in contempt. And there's manipulation here and fraud of something that is secret. So he could have had a hand in manipulating documents. And some of the lawyers for the survivors have come out and said, this is fucked up. This is not what is supposed to be there. So they've already gotten caught with their hand in the cookie jar trying to, manipulate the information. So that was Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. There was on one of the reports that came out and that drove that, you can thank Elon Musk and his ketamine-induced genius for doing what he did. One of the files that was unredacted, it was an FBI tip for the FBI, allegedly from one of the survivors that stated that he, by the Orange Mussolini, paid her uncle an exorbitant amount of money to assault her a few times, and she ended up pregnant at 13 years old. And that later on, her uncle and the Mango took her newborn kid and disposed of it in Lake Michigan. That was something that was reported to the FBI. So like an FBI tip. Did that really happen? For entertainment purposes only?
There's two cases, unaliving the baby, and there's a girl in Oklahoma that was unalived.
Yep. I do not put anything past him at all. Epstein unaliving himself, I ain't buying it. We haven't bought it since the day it happened, because that looked awful sus. And then Epstein's brother came out in an interview and said, oh yeah, he would have him killed. Yeah, absolutely. So if you think you can find the bottom of the barrel, go find you a black hole and then make a black hole for that black hole and a black hole for that black hole that made that black hole, and you still would not reach the bottom of the depravity that is Donald Trump. So
I forget what it was. Trump had some links to that uncle.
Well, he was selling
besides the girl for entertainment purposes only.
Queen of Cups, Mother, Six of Cups, Child, Moon, Plot, Schemes, Danger, Eight of Swords, Restriction. I'll say yes.
I'm not surprised. As a matter of fact, I think that those accusations are the PG version. That is absolute, as horrible as it may seem to some people. I'm convinced there's even more that's even more horrible. And that allegation was the PG version of everything else that's in there.
The Moon and the Magician, it runs deep. Like you said, the black hole for the black hole. Yeah, there it's because, mind you, the first time he was there, we said this, there is no bottom. Like, we can't keep being surprised, but we still are, because we are aghast at what we hear. And then this time around, look, just 1 year is all he's been there, and we're already like, oh my God, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
He told us from the get-go, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and nothing would happen. So
exactly.
It tells on himself, I have unalived people.
And,
yes,
and
wait for it, because there's going to be more. Wait for it, because
how many people died on his watch during COVID? Over 1 million Americans. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck at all.
Yes. He did not want this child, so to change things, he took a trip. Bam. Yes, ma'am. It's true. All kinds of corruption, bullying, this is going to grow. There's going to be another woman that has a story similar. We're going to hear more of these. The sad thing is, how many people has he had unalived?
Oh, more than we can count.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, and this is recent, Epstein, because that was the loose end. And we all know Bill Barr does not have clean hands, and he was more than happy to go along with anything. That piece of shit. The innocent bystanders at his unaliving attempt, he didn't even call the widow. He didn't even call her for like 2 weeks later because he was too busy walking around with a maxi pad on his ear. He didn't give a shit. So if he didn't care about staging something that resulted in the deaths of 2 people, unaliving his former best friend, sitting around and watching over 1 million Americans die, I'm supposed to sit here and think that this is his first rodeo?
Yeah. This goes back to the late 80s, early 90s. The guy that was second in command to him at Trump Tower died in a helicopter crash coming back from his casino in Atlantic City. Trump's good helicopter, he wouldn't let him have. So he gave him the old one that hadn't been fixed up, and it crashed and killed everybody on board. That guy was getting ready to get a lot of money out of Trump.
Yeah. His ex-wife accidentally had a stumble down the stairs.
Come on.
And what I don't understand, you guys, like I keep saying, he is the most unsophisticated, stupid son of a bitch that ever walked the face of the planet. And somehow, nobody's bothered to say, hey, that looks suspicious. You know what I mean? Like, I get a yes. My son Fox. Yeah, there's some truth there. So moving out of that nastiness, it appears that now there is going to be a committee opened to start investigating all of these ICE agents that are running around terrorizing citizens for when the Democrats get back into power, if they can stop.
Because a lot of them have criminal records.
Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, because they always have a way of screwing things up at the last minute. To hold all of these ICE agents accountable for basically doing illegal shit with impunity. So the plan is that they're going to start, which I don't understand how they're going to go back and backtrack, because we have over a year now of ICE just running rampant, terrorizing citizens, legal or not, just terrorizing people. If they're going to be able to go back and trace those people. But are we going to see ICE agents going to jail?
Not counting the one that got arrested for DUI with his kids in the back seat down in Texas or wherever that was.
The state, I forgot what state it was that started saying, you come in here and start acting a fool, we're going to arrest you. I forgot what state that was, the governor that said that, but more blue states need to come up with that sort of energy. Start locking these motherfuckers up. Because I don't care if you're a federal agent or not, you still are bound by the Constitution and our rights. Just because you're the fucking Gestapo doesn't get to come around here and just do whatever the fuck you want.
We got that judge in Wisconsin that is waiting to be sentenced for obstructing justice for helping someone get away from the ICE agents when they were coming to her court for hearings on citizens.
Well, just a couple of weeks ago, ICE agents went where immigrants were being naturalized, about to take their oath for their naturalization, and snatched all those people up.
It takes years to get to that point.
So you know what I'm saying? So, and even with all the horrors that they're doing right now, he still hasn't deported as many people as Obama did. Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Yes, people aren't having it. They're just not having it. I think there's a bunch of them will end up in jail, indicted. It'll be after Trump's gone, for bullying people and their legacy, everything they did to these people, taking citizens, and we'll find it very healing, to see them go to jail for this. So they'll be put in defense mode. There's a lot of evidence, so a lot of videotapes and things of stuff they've done, as well as court records, where they go in and take somebody. It's definitely after Trump is gone. I think they may be trying to get a preemptive pardon from Trump. That isn't going to work. So you can get your little pardon all you want, but that pardon will be null and void once he's gone. So I get a big old yes. There's I think there'll be a female DOJ or something that goes after him.
Skin these motherfuckers alive. I'm done. I'm done.
They're sick.
It's the cruelty that I cannot wrap my head around it. I am a firm believer in equal measure. You do something, you should be, the punishment should be equal. But for what they're doing, there is no equal to that. There is no,
even older people that they're taking to the ground and injuring and stuff.
They just tackled a pregnant woman last week.
Yet they don't care.
Not like, oh, she's pregnant, you can't see it. No, like full blown, huge belly, tackled her to the ground. They took another woman that had just given birth and left her kid in the freaking hospital and took her. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm ready to go complete Daenerys Targaryen on these motherfuckers. Like, it's beyond. Anyways, go ahead, Johnny.
Again, yes, but it's probably like 3 people. They're more prominent, so they'll be the people that you can make a news story out of, type of thing, and their crime may be egregious enough to where you can start to implement some sort of change within ICE. But yes, but I think it may be 3.
I get the anchor, the key, the garden. Yeah. And be ready for the public for it to be out in the open for the public, like a committee or something, because the goal is to have answers for the public. So I'm
televised.
Televised. May those people never know a day of peace ever again. So let's try to liven it up a little bit. So Trump, while he was going crazy, shitting himself at his party for Christmas by himself in the corner in his dirty diapers with his kinkles and his yam tits. Did he get a visit from the ghost of Christmas past or Christmas present or Christmas future or whatever the hell, like,
or any ghost of Ivana, or
was the Grim Reaper sitting over there in the corner going, I'm watching you. You know, like
I asked if he gets any spiritual visits. Yes. I don't know if he reconciles what's happening, because, I mean, that doesn't really happen a lot to a lot of people. Well, it does happen, actually, a lot to everybody. You just may not notice it. But I get the hermit. There within the times where he is by himself, his mind tortures him like it does everybody else, but over and over with the same thought, like I said. But 5 of Pentacles and the Sun means that the problem that's happening with him is more related to his health, because this is the card of disease and bad health. And so he feels as though something is speaking to him. He doesn't know quite what, but it is telling him that he may not be long for this world, which is probably why he kept talking about heaven over and over again.
He's still trying to grift on that, Johnny. He just sent out another email, I think last week, that he needs money so he can get into heaven. Since when? Since when is Jesus and the archangels and everybody else taking checks? Or is it crypto now? Is it not cash and it's crypto now? Is it Trump bucks? Like what is it? What is it?
Well, I got an email saying that Jesus wants his blood back. He regrets dying for you. So just in case you didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there's at least 3 that haunt him and burden him over his the evidence that keeps coming out about him, and they talk to him all the time. They travel with them and they visit him in the White House, so both places. There's a whole team of them that haunt him. Tell him what a disappointment he is and how he's betrayed and how he's always on the take. To Johnny's point, I think they've shown him his own death. And talk to him about, securing a place in heaven. Like, yeah, no, you're going to be isolated. They speak truth to try to manipulate him because his time is about up. It's just about up. So he's getting more and more frequent visits is what I'm getting.
I get the coffin, the tree, the key, the ship, and the woman. This right here tells me he's terminally ill.
That's a hell of a sentence. The coffin, the tree. It's like
coffin, tree, and key. That right there tells me there's a terminal illness that's very significant. And with that, a transition and then a woman. Now, I don't know who this woman is. Maybe it's one of the ex-wives he had popped. Maybe it's his mom. Maybe it's a female he had popped. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But I would not be surprised if he's seeing that person a little bit more and more. Like he'll catch him out of the corner of his eye or think about. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like that person is hanging around. And it's
one of his 50 naps he takes a day.
It's a woman. So like I said, I don't know if it's the wife that he buried and to get a tax break, if it's another woman that he may have had a trip with, or a woman he was on a boat with, or who knows?
Follow-up question.
A woman hanging around. That's
follow-up question. Because I believe Jeffrey Epstein's earthbound. I don't think he's gone into the light. I think he's scared to go into the light. I think he's earthbound. Does Jeffrey Epstein haunt Trump?
I would, because that motherfucker. I would know that motherfucker had me killed.
Yeah. Does he haunt Trump?
Oh, I got a question after this about Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know if I'd call it a haunting. I wouldn't say the word conscience in the same sentence as Trump, but it's more so that, I think, because I get the High Priestess and the 8 of Swords, which means this information comes from within you, so he knows what he did last summer type of thing. But I don't get a person here coming to him. I get what's already on the inside of him is what he is more tortured by. And so with somebody like Donald Trump, you don't even need to do anything to him. It's already implanted and he can do it to himself.
His own conscience.
I think so. I think, he was like family, the businessman. He's not accepting what happened to him, how he was pushed out or taken out. I'll put it that way. How he was burdened. So he burdens Trump. He returns and steady. And also at least 3 women. At least 3.
I get the whip, the cross, the book. I don't get haunting. I get more what Johnny's getting, what he knows and what he's keeping secret about how he painfully punished this person, the ass beating that he got before he got strung up as punishment. Like that eats away at him as the, oh fuck, this can't get out. This can't get out. This can't get out. Speaking of which.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. The files that were redacted but weren't really redacted, that people unredacted, there was an interesting little note there. Allegedly written by Jeffrey Epstein to another assaulter in another
Larry Nassar.
Talking about, hey, this is great. You and I loved young girls, and this guy loves young girls, and we're stuck over here, and he's over there living it up.
Nubile women.
Allegedly. And the reason I say allegedly is, 1, Jeffrey Epstein did not know that man, so why would he be writing him those letters? 2, who was the attorney general? Right, and that letter was sent right before he took a long walk off short plank.
And prison mail is red. And, I think I was on a postcard to Larry Nassar, the doctor to the gymnast that got put away for the rest of his life.
People have put 2 and 2 together, went back and did the timeline and all that other stuff. Everybody is coming to the conclusion, exactly, Aaron, that Bill Barr penned that letter and planted it there to for multiple reasons. If the files ever came out, you can say, look at this. You can't trust all of it because this is clearly fake.
Yeah, because people have said it doesn't look like his handwriting.
And to absolve Donald Trump of anything bad simultaneously. And there was a report that never made it into mainstream media. It was on, I think, the Rolling Stones at the time years ago, that right after Jeffrey Epstein died, a couple of days before, there was an inmate at that same prison that was there because he was part of the mafia or whatever, that had interviewed with Rolling Stones and said, yeah, I saw Bill Barr here a couple days ago. How that never made it to, so I know Rolling Stones wouldn't sit there and just write that. It's not Fox News. Do you see what I'm saying? That they just make shit up and put it out on the, so I wouldn't put shit past Bill Barr, but did Bill Barr have him off?
Yes. He manipulated it for Trump. He managed it, oversaw it, set it up, paid someone for it. So he's like the go-between the messenger and create a lot of chaos around this so nobody knows the truth, but he planned it all, orchestrated it. Yep.
Sure. I'll say sure. Because a part of me still believes, this is my conspiratorial part, that he's not dead. He's somewhere. But I do get there is some involvement, because I get the 3 of Wands, which is anticipation. Also, he's elsewhere. And then there's the High Priestess. So there is the secrets, and then the Knight of Swords would be your attack. So yes.
See, I've struggled with that too. But then that would mean that his brother is lying, because his brother allegedly had his own autopsy done. So who did they autopsy if Epstein's not dead? Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? It makes, there's a part of me that thinks that, yeah, he got away, but then there's another part of me that's like, wait a minute.
I don't ever read he's alive. It's just I get a nagging thing at the back of the head that says
the brother saw the body. Okay, so, and he paid for his own autopsy that said the autopsy that they made public is bullshit, because the marks on his neck are not
consistent with what they say happened.
With what they said happened. And
plus
second,
they froze his estate, so the women and men who were caught up in this trafficking can apply to his state to get settlements out of it.
And another thing also, he was too much of a loose end for way too many people.
Yeah,
there's no way in hell. I don't care if he worked for Mossad or Russia. I don't care if he worked for Mossad or Russia. They did not want those loose lips sinking ships.
Yeah,
I get the ship, the tree, the coffin. That tells me an ambulance with a body bag. There's an ambulance, transportation for health, a vehicle for health, an ambulance, and a coffin. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Barr went over there and said, "You're not leaving here until you're dead. Tell me what I need to know." You know, and I mean, whatever. Anyways,
yo, please don't talk about other readers in the room, especially those who aren't here to defend what they say. I don't go on other readers' channels and talk about other reader or talk about what I get. I think it's rude and it's distracting for us. So please don't do that.
Thank you, Jen. So, oh man. So Taco Tits. What was he rage tweeting on Christmas Day, Jen?
Oh my God, it was all so bizarre. I can't even remember half of it. I can't even remember any of it because it was just like on, and it was jumping around different subjects. I can't even call an example. It was just insane. Some of the guys on YouTube that I watched their videos, you know, like Keith Edwards and stuff, they were reading some of them. I'm like, oh my God, it just insane. It's all a hoax. Epstein's a hoax, you know.
Why aren't you with your family?
That's what you want to talk about on Christmas. Epstein's a hoax, not the birth of Jesus. That's what you're not gonna wish everybody a Merry Christmas. You want to talk about it.
Yeah, you're forgetting he's the one that said your kids don't need 30 toys, get them one.
Yeah, they don't need
30
30
In other words,
toys.
I fucked up the economy while I'm over here siphoning the money from you back to myself. And now that you don't have 2 pieces of bread to rub together to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for your Christmas dinner, don't complain and go buy 1 toy instead of 12.
Meanwhile, he wants to do the Patriot Games.
The fucking Hunger Games, dude.
What's funny is it a hoax or are there gems in the Epstein files? You know, so which is it? Is it a hoax or are there gems that are guilty?
They didn't exist. They didn't exist. They did exist. It's a hoax. I was undercover getting information for the Democratic hoax. They didn't exist, but now they exist. But they've all been redacted oh, by the way, we just found another million.
It's a hoax, but we got 1 million more pieces of evidence.
It's like, real because Bill Clinton. Okay, but it's not real because of Donald Trump. Gotcha.
And Bill Clinton said release the files. So come on, bring it.
It's like you have a drunk fucking 3-year-old coming up with excuses.
No, you just
My dog that doesn't even speak English can come up with a better lie. Oh my God. So
just stupid.
When he said that, the Patriot Games, Johnny, the first thing that I thought of was that picture from CK's Unaliving with the mom running with her daughter strapped to her. Her daughter was piggybacking off of her, and they were holding a book of the Hunger Games. And I'm like, how can you read that and go watch that and not put two and two together? And yet here we are a few months later, the Hunger Games. It's like,
you know what popped into my head? Because I've never seen the Hunger Games. I don't know nothing about it. But the first thing that popped in my head, there was a story, it was a movie or show or some kind, where basically rich people hunt poor people.
yeah.
And that's what popped in my head, because that's eventually what they want to get to, I'm pretty sure. Because they all have this weird, sick fantasy of us up here and them down here, and they don't really matter because they're disposable. And so that's what popped in my head.
Yeah, that was an article. They're opening up an investigation because during the war, there was allegations of wealthy people wanting to go and hunt humans during that war.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if one day, I just saw a really good interview by Emma Vigeland on the Minority Report with Sam Cedar. She just did a really good interview with this guy that's a political analyst and economist. And they were talking about how, despite how horrible everything is right now with Trump, that this should in theory, and I say in theory, that's saying we can get the Chuck Schumers and the Hakeem Jeffries and the Nancy Pelosi's and all those fuckers out of their positions. That this in theory should lead us to the pendulum swinging so far back to the left that we get all the stuff that we've been told we can't have: universal health care, paid family leave, maternity and paternity leave. You know what I mean? Affordable housing, all this other stuff. Because why not? We give all of our money to other countries for them to have that, but we can't do it here.
So where's he going to do the Patriot Games on the White House lawn? He's going to build a wrestling ring? Okay, he's going to tear up more of the White House lawn?
No, it's going to be state by state. Contestants in each state. Like,
right, but they're bringing one boy and one girl, high school students from each state.
No, not from, they're not, to my understanding, they're not taking them to the White House. They're going to leave them in their states to have their own Patriot Games, like in the fucking Hunger Games.
Yeah, but
each district.
From what I understood, they're going to have one finalist, one male finalist and one female finalist from each state. No transgenders. He made that very clear. But one finalist from each state come in, so there'll be 50 finalists that will then go for the ultimate Patriot thing. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's like, somebody you're going to do it on the White House lawn and tear more up the lawn.
Somebody left that senile old fucker in front of the TV for far too long. You know? So.
Yeah, gladiators, but with high school students.
But meanwhile, don't talk about affordability because that's a hoax.
Well, what's funny is he's going to end up killing off more MAGA people because that's the only ones that are going to participate in something like that.
Good.
It's like, okay, if the population goes down on some of our young people that are raised by MAGAs, then
because clearly COVID didn't do enough.
Yeah.
You know,
we need to take a few more MAGAs out.
Oh my God. So you know what? Let me word it this way, because I was going to say, when is he going to die? But let me word it this way. What is his March looking like?
His astrology in February is horrible.
To his, I don't want to say defense, but to this story, his astrology is always horrible.
Yeah, but it's
Here,
impacting his
nothing
health.
ever happens to him. He's different. But one day, one
day, the obituaries will be complete, and you will hear me across the country screaming and yelling with joy.
I will be.
It's going to be like in the movie Network, where everybody yells out the window, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore." It's going to be everybody yelling, "He's gone! He's gone!"
You thought the No Kings protest was huge?
Yeah.
There's going to be twice as many, if not 3 times as many people here and globally doing the river dance, drunk off their asses, screaming like banshees that the fucker is dead. Okay.
I need a megaphone. I can go up and down the streets with a megaphone. Like I'm not loud enough.
Is March. He's losing some allies here. First off, there is a lot of money coming his way, though. 4 swords and the 9 of pentacles, a whole bunch of it. He's gaining some sort of victory, too, with the sun and the world on some foreign location. So I don't know which one it is. I have to take a pick on that one. But the word of warning is the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. He's losing some allies or an ally, but they join the other side in trying to accomplish something. So maybe the courts or somebody is gathering strength against him. There's also 2 women, too, who are leading the charge for something else. It has to do with children, but not necessarily the Epstein thing. So there's 2 women here as well. But that's why I don't get any slow singing and flower bringing, though. So we'll see.
The thief in the red hat. The thief in the red hat. His March, very, very burdened. Lots of communication, lots of conversation about him. Victory, joy, surprise. He's laying on a coffin, looking to his future, joining the rest of his family turds in the other side.
I didn't even think of that thief in a red hat until you just said that.
Yeah, he's exactly he's a conspicuous thief, so little thief in his red hat.
Lord.
Like thieves should not be conspicuous.
I see a lot of huge, widespread parties. I did a box spread. A lot
Champagne
of
and caviar.
A lot of parties. The stars and the garden, and then Sun Key Garden. A lot of parties.
Pigs in a blanket. Appetizers.
there's a lot of parties and a lot of stuff on social media that has to do with women. Social media women. It's the stars, the garden, and the woman. There is some sort of broken commitment, a broken marriage, a broken contract, because the ring knight's down to the scythe. Social media with a lot of women, a broken relationship or a broken contract, and then something that happens suddenly, like an emergency, some sort of a stroke. It's sudden because the scythe is here. Because it's the crossroads, the sun and the scythe, so that's alternatives to success, but then they're cut off. And it's something also about elections here. There's the alternatives to the election was cut off. The alternative to his success was cut off, and the opportunity went to a woman, a lot of social media presence. So I'm there's a part of me that wants
something else is going to come out about the elections around March.
That's what it's looking like, because across the top is the crossroads, the ring, the stars, alternatives and options, agreements, success and new path, maps. Okay. And guidance. Okay. The next row right below it is the sun, the key, the garden. Success, because we have access to a network, an internet network, stars and garden, and then the woman right below it. Okay. Underneath that row is the scythe, the clover, and the woman. Something was hacked. Okay. And then an opportunity, and then the woman. Down the first column, it's crossroads, sun, and scythe. The election success was cut off. There was no alternative because they had access to a network. Does that make sense? And then there's a connection that is broken, or a link that is broken, or a promise that is broken, because the ring knights down to the scythe, and then it knights down to the woman. So the connection or the promise to her was cut off.
The only thing is because the election's already certified. So, like, even if it comes out that they hacked it and everything, the only way, still to get him out is impeach him, or he died, right? Carry him out on a stretcher.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. If it is proven without a doubt, and not just in one state, but across everything, then he was there illegally. And everybody that conspired, because the ring is there, there's a conspiracy, there's an agreement, okay, to do this, so everything that he did is illegal across the board, no authority whatsoever. And yes, we do have instruments in the Constitution to rectify it, but it would start with get this fucker out of there. Because he's not supposed to be there. The people did not choose this. He stole it because he was not held accountable the first time. He was not accountable the second time, and he was not held accountable the third. So he did it again, but it's looking like perhaps something around the election, but I'm also seeing a lot of stuff on social media and women. And huge parties, a lot of success and happiness and joy for the public, for society in general. There's some sort of an accident. But I don't see him dying.
An understatement. Joy and...
I mean, the guy's a freaking global menace,
Because, if all this election, unless Musk and Peter Thiel and these other co-conspirators, somebody turns on Trump and gives it all up, which is going to put them at risk of going to jail too. Unless
the only way I see it happening, and that's not me throwing cards, that's just me thinking, is if it gets proven in court, or they try to do it again and get caught.
Yeah, because it's taking too long through the courts. I know Election Truth Alliance has lawsuits and stuff, but it's taking too long. Unless we have some whistleblowers that are like, yeah, we rigged it.
Yeah. Well, he told us.
He told us.
Thanks to Elon Musk, that knows those vote counting computers. He knows those vote counting computers. He knows them so well. We won this election.
What's his name? Paxton in Texas. Aren't we glad Musk is on our side?
So anyways, Caroline Leavitt is pregnant.
Oh, needle lips.
I can't believe that girl's 28 years old. She looks like she's 39.
Hate
makes you ugly, dude.
60 or something.
Hate makes you ugly on the inside and the outside. Dear God. So she's pregnant. Her husband's 60 something years old?
And not attractive at all.
Oh, and by the
Not
way,
that matters, but I mean, he's pretty bad. For somebody that's so into her looks to end up with someone like that, it's like, really?
research has just come out and said that a lot of these birth defects, like Down syndrome and everything else that we're seeing, autism and all that stuff, doesn't have anything to do with the eggs. It's a very high percentage of it is the quality of the sperm.
Quality of the protein in it.
Mm-hmm. So I'll say it because I'm not Mother Teresa. I hope that child is your karma, is all I'm going to say. Everything you're peddling for everybody else, I hope it shows up in 9 months. Okay, so, I mean, it sounds horrible of me to say it, but
That's the way karma works, though, because you are okay with horrible things happening to everybody else. And not to say that it would be the worst thing in the world for you to learn this in particular lesson. But how else are you going to learn compassion if it's not forced upon you? At some point, you got to get it. I call her Fun Time Barr because I can't take her seriously. But you have a lesson to learn, too. At some point, Donald Trump's never going to get it. He's supposed to be your example of how you're not supposed to go old and bitter. And then you turn around and you Sarah Huckabee yourself and you lie for him every day. And you don't care. You should care. You should care.
Our go-to now is, we've already addressed that. We've already addressed that.
and the thing is her co-signing the cruelty. She might not be the one snatching people up or cutting people's food stamps, or RFK Jr. just cut nurses in nursing homes. So I hope the lady that changes diapers knows how to perform all the stuff that a nurse would, because they decided that's by you being in the position that you're in, you're co-signing on to that cruelty. All this stuff that, the SNAP benefits and disability and all this other stuff that affects children and seniors that are mentally disabled, physically disabled. That's why I'm saying I hope it comes down, shows up for you in 9 months times 100, because you're
never
okay with it.
It'll happen to them, because I'm telling you,
their
all it takes
and status
is one illness in your family and your whole bank account goes from where it is now to where you thought it would never ever be. And then next thing you know, you need SNAP, you need public assistance, you need a soup kitchen every now and then. You may need help from somebody because it can happen that fast.
Yeah, when all their Bitcoin is worth nothing.
And what's weird is it's the money and their privilege that makes them believe that they are exempt from everything. It's my money and privilege. I will never have a child with Down syndrome. It's my money and privilege. My child is never going to be born deformed. Oh, and by the way, while we're at it, I hope it's so bad that you have to go get an abortion. Guess what? You can't because it's banned. It's just, I know it sounds horrible of me to say that. It really does. But they don't think twice when it's happening to somebody else. How many women are now permanently unable to have children because they were left to go into sepsis, and as a result ended up losing any hope of ever becoming a mother ever again? How many women have died since this fucking clown, since his first term, because they were denied reproductive care? How many young girls, 9-10 years old, were forced to give birth to their rapists' kids? You know what I mean? And that's okay because it's not happening to me. You know what I'm saying? Because their privilege keeps them from seeing that reality. So
she's somebody's trophy wife. Somebody has money. So what's our question about her?
What you're doing to others may come back to you a million times. What?
What's our question about her?
What is she gonna quit?
gonna have to at some point. That job is hard to do.
She's lasted longer than I thought she would.
Me too.
And on top of it, I hope she ends up with a permanent, like Sarah Huckabee Sanders, you know?
I get the Six of Swords, so she may be able to transition into something else. Knight of Cups, maybe a TV role. Fox News is always where they go. But there's going to be something she cannot defend, I guess is the word. But I get transition, Six of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, she's going to go elsewhere.
I get the same thing. The Cloven, Coffin, and Moon. This opportunity is dead. It's done. There's no more luck here. It goes to marketing and media.
Yeah, she's definitely changing positions. She's moving on. The energy's already on her, and she's got somebody who's speaking up for her to give her another job somewhere else. And I get Trump blocks her from the White House. So I would say probably media, because wands for me can be media. She's still gonna lie.
That's all she knows how to
in a
do.
different platform.
How can you get up every morning and know that that's what you have to go do every day?
Lie. Every day.
Where is this slightest sliver of conscience in all of that?
Now, let me play devil's advocate here. All press secretaries lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of your job.
Spin. You're there to spin and make the bad look good, or make sure that the shit doesn't hit the fan. But never have I ever seen press secretaries get so much glee out of purposefully gaslighting and boasting and helping to move the Overton window to where we're completely desensitized to the cruelty than every press secretary under Trump.
I mean, I love Sean Spicer because he would just have meltdowns and start screaming at everybody, you know. And where'd he end up on Dancing with the Stars, right?
Because he was hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
Trying to stay away from the reporters.
And then
Melissa McCarthy imitating him on SNL, which was brilliant.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and then there was that other girl that ended up on Fox News, and now this one. But it's the way that they do it that has that tone of authoritarianism and gaslighting. And I know I'm lying, and I know you're telling me that I'm lying, but go fuck yourself, because I'm going to keep lying. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you the sky is green, and you're like, no, you can go out there and look, it's blue. Nope, I'm telling you it's green, and I don't like the way that you're talking, so get out of. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would be a little bit more not so insulted if you actually put smart people up there.
I've seen narcissists do that in the corporate world, you know, where they talk with such authority that people wouldn't challenge them. And it's like, no, if it's not true, it's not true. I would always challenge them, which would piss them off.
Yeah, it's just like I said, I wouldn't feel I wouldn't feel the way that I do if they at least had someone there, and anybody in this administration that had an iota of intelligence, because they're all, dude, this is like the losers on Craigslist that you just kind of put together with duct tape and a prayer and made it into an administration.
Mm-hmm.
Podcasters running the FBI, a Fox News host running the Pentagon.
The amount of money they've wasted on Kash Patel with his girlfriend and the planes, and Kristi Noem buying 2 more planes for her, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, you know, the amount of money, taxpayer money you've wasted and giving money to all these foreign countries and everything that we don't need to be helping. We need to be helping our own farmers. You could have budgeted for the healthcare. because they have no plan other than
For anything.
you watch. Here's what I think they'll end up doing. They'll kill Obamacare. They'll redo it with Trump care. Like it'll be the same exact thing as Obamacare, but they'll put Trump's name on it.
Kind of like the Trump Kennedy Center. That's another thing I wanted to read on. Allegedly, he's pissed and throwing ketchup all over the place because everybody that was supposed to be performing canceled
At the last minute. Like they waited until Christmas Eve to say, I'm not coming.
And he is pissed.
Well, he had just put his name on the building like a few days before. So, of course, they canceled at the last minute. They're like, oh, you know what? I need to stay home for Christmas.
He is pissed because now it's the Trump Kennedy Center. You know?
Memorial Center. Mm-hmm. What he missed out on is you're supposed to die before you put your name on it.
Hey, man, if you want
to do that for you, Trump.
Listen, if you want to speed it up. Put your name on everything with a Sharpie. I don't give a shit. Just
when
go.
You tell the universe this is what I want, it'll give it to you.
Yeah, we can find a little pig pin to put his name on.
Donald Trump, if you want to stick your name on a memorial, you go right ahead.
Yeah, self-hexing.
Yes.
Self-hexing.
He's beating his own Cheeto on
So,
in more ways than one, Johnny.
So what is
his little mushroom Cheeto?
Does he understand why people are? That's the question. Does he understand why people are canceling their shows? Is he able to put two and two together? My name is on there, so they're not showing up. You know,
it's like they were, the Kennedy Center honors were last week too, and everybody was posting on Twitter like boycott it, don't watch it, everything. So probably had the lowest ratings it's ever had because MAGA people probably didn't watch Kennedy Center honors.
It did. It had the lowest ratings.
Mm-hmm. And it's history. I'm going to say yes, because, well, this was supposed to be about him, is what he thought. All of this. This is not them coming to perform holiday shows. The Nine of Cups is your wishes and desires. This is the smug merchant. This is the person who sits there. I got everything. Everything is good. It's all me. And then there's the Three of Swords, which is betrayal. So he feels as though he's been stabbed in the heart, the back, and the side, because this was supposed to be about him. This is an image thing with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups. Celebration for him and his image and who he is and what he contributes and so forth and so forth. And then there's the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. He could not figure out why people left or abandoned or jump shipped and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. What a maroon.
Yeah, I get he does understand that he was bullying and pushing, and thank you, Susan, for the super chat. But he doesn't understand the true nature. He doesn't have clarity about it. So he gets it, but he doesn't get it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, oh, I'm having to defend myself and who I partner with, and he's trapped in this. Trump is trapped in this and very burdened, but it's his messaging. He doesn't understand when you put your name on it, that's a very distinct message that nobody wants to see.
Disrespectful.
And
stealing someone else's memorial is not the way you do it. You know, why don't you steal Obama's Nobel Prize?
Did he not figure out that we really don't like him after his first term and what they did to his Hollywood star? Did he not figure it out?
Roasted and right.
I get the bear, the birds, the stork. He gets it. He wants to control, to dominate, to keep it under his foot with the bear. And then the singers with the birds are moving. They're moving. He thought by him controlling it would elevate He could use the voices of the singers to elevate his own position of authority. Bear and storks to elevate position of authority via control. Instead, the singers left. Birds and storks. Singers moved. So they migrated somewhere else.
He doesn't understand that most Americans look at him and think he's got trashy taste. He's got trashy taste in his wives. He's got trashy taste in how he decorates. And if you look at what he's done to the White House with all his gold and shit, it looks just like Epstein's mansion in New York that had all this gold crap on it.
This is
fake gold, by the way.
This is the epitome of that saying, money doesn't buy you class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everybody in New York knows what a piece of shit that entire family is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. And on top of it, not only is he trash, but he's walking around with a full diaper, fucking catheter is strapped to his goddamn legs, cankles the size of a fucking Volkswagen bus. Okay. A fake tan and fake hair that you can smell from 2 miles away on top of the shit and the piss in his diapers. And then on top of it, he's ignorant, he's stupid, he's an imbecile. He's a
convicted rapist.
You're supposed to think that person there is high class? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
He's a convicted rapist and
a convicted felon.
Convicted rapist too, and Jean Carroll's thing. So he should be a convicted pedophile. You know,
with a depreciated wife.
Okay, let's ask this. Posthumously, okay? Because I will die on the hill that I have been telling Johnie since Trump's first term. That mother effer is going to die before he ever faces justice. So let's say posthumously, meaning after he's freaking long gone to the ninth circle of hell or wherever the hell he goes, will he be an adjudicated rapist? Will he be deemed an adjudicated rapist or a convicted rapist posthumously?
I'm going to ask because he's already been, because
he hasn't been convicted of rape in E. Jean Carroll's case. He's just been convicted, not convicted, but he was caught up for slander and all that stuff. But no one ever said that. Yes, it's absolutely sure that.
What I'm saying is
the judge said it in the
no. In this case, if you look at the technicality, it says adjudicated rapist, meaning it was a civil case. They took it to trial. They presented the evidence. Yeah, this guy raped her. Okay, adjudicated.
It's like O.J. Simpson in his
what I
civil case
is posthumously. Okay, will he be found liable as a pedophile?
Yes. Judgment, Queen of Cups, woman, Empress, many, Six of Cups, child, 10 of Cups, yes. Judgment, woman, many, child, yes.
I hope that right before he takes his last fucking breath, when he's sitting there stroking out or whatever, having an aneurysm, somebody gets right up in his ear and says, "We're going to make you disappear. Everything you ever touched is going to go away.
You will not be memorialized.
After you are long gone, we will make sure everybody remembers you for the fraud and the criminal and the piece of shit that you were." Let that be the last words he hears.
So here's what I'm getting. After he's dead, it's going to be like Epstein's estate where it's proven at parties and other places, and even when he was in the government and stuff, that he has done these things, and they'll fight it in court. Like it will be proven steadily through court. So they'll go after his estate. These women will go after his estate, just like they're doing on Epstein's estate now. The money is frozen. What they found so far is frozen, and they have to apply and go after it. So we're going to see a lot of court cases is what I'm getting.
I get the stars, the scythe, the ring. After he is long gone, that decision of what he did, the danger and everything that he participated to, he'll be linked to it. Yes. So not in this lifetime, but
what'll happen is, the kids won't be able to access his money. Melania won't. Like, the money will get frozen for those women and men. There's also some young boys that were molested.
But let me see what other questions I have. So since we only have a little bit of time left, and I don't want to get too much in the muck because we're not doing a New Year's Eve show this year. I'm not hosting it. Jennie's not hosting it. I don't know if Johnie, I don't think he is either. So we don't plan on being live in a couple of days for New Year's. So in the last 20 minutes, I want to send everybody off with some good vibes. What can we look forward to in 2026, Jennie?
In politics or just in general?
In the US, in the USA.
In the US politics. Yes.
2026, what can we look forward to? USA.
I just heard Sermon on the Mount will be, I told you so. So, little biblical reference. Sermon on the Mount will be, I told you so. So a lot's going to come out.
Look forward to. I don't know.
Petty boost every Sunday night.
Yeah, there's that. Page of Swords and the Hierophant is learning more about your government and its systems. So if you're looking forward to the revealing of information, you'll get that. The Empress and the High Priestess, though, there is going to be a public consciousness that elevates. I almost hate to say that because, people make it sound more magically than it is. But the Empress is abundance and the High Priestess is information, but it's also your personal information, like your consciousness, your awareness. The Hangman and the Ace of Cups, this is also learning more or gaining more knowledge. Now, if you seek knowledge, you will gain it. If you don't, then you will not. So this is not for everybody. But the Ten of Cups is finding your community, finding your spirit too, finding your place. And this is not family. This is created family, if you will. This is not your family tree. So finding your tribe and raising your awareness is going to be a big thing for 2026, but that is if you seek it.
Ace of Swords. It's a 1 year, right? It's a 1 year, but it's also a year of truth. The sword of truth coming out. Things are improving. We're getting to higher ground because the truth is coming out. There is going to be justice. Thank you, Selma. There is going to be justice. We're going to find new ways of looking at things to constrict this regime so that they can't just snowplow all over us. Because everybody's passing judgment on them, we're going to find a way to control them so they're not just running amok, as they say in that witch movie. There's secret gifts of money that are also going to be revealed. So there's more money that's been given than we realize, like besides Argentina and anybody else. And then I get good news on a dead man.
So I did a double line of 5. The top row is the rider, the fish, the bear, the ship, the house. There's going to be news of an abundance of resources being shipped abroad and an abundance of businesses and executives abroad. So it's businesses moving abroad. This could all be stuff about the tariffs because you have 2 cards about money, the fish and the bear. So, but it's hitting families and properties. Okay. So news of an abundance of resources and businesses that are being transferred or shipped and how it's impacting families. So tariffs are going to be a thing, are going to continue to be a thing. There's also news here about an abundance of our resources that are being shipped abroad. Financial resources is a big one. Our finances are being shipped overseas. Resources for a very small group of people, a very close, tiny entourage. It could also be money and businesses that are being transferred to a family, but it's being transferred to a family abroad. So I don't know, and it's being done in secret. House, and then what is this book right underneath it? So it could be that the executive, because the bear is an executive, it's sitting right in the middle. It could be that the person that is an executive has been shipping resources and businesses abroad to his family in secret. Okay, so ship and garden that sits right under it, a foreign network. So this could be like prison camps and stuff, but they're making money off of it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a way to siphon money. So, and then the fish nights over to the garden as well. So it's a huge network of money, and it's also businesses that are large in scope that house an abundance of people. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear news about all the money that he is, the executive and his family is personally making from shipping people abroad to prison camps, because it's ship and garden, and then house and book. Money laundering with the fish and the moon underneath it. A lot of troubling news around the financial sector, around the business sector, self-enrichment from the administration via tariffs, via businesses abroad, businesses and transferring and shipping people abroad, money being made there, financial uncertainty and market uncertainty, bear and clouds, fish and clouds.
There's also 2 resorts that he's trying to build in foreign places, but Jared Kushner is doing it on behalf of the family.
It's still tied to the family.
Don Jr.'s business got money from a government contract too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the tower. I do not have the tower or the ring in this double line of 5, but it looks like the way that this is structured, it's secret, but it comes out. Okay, the public will have knowledge. We're going to be in the dark about it for a bit, and then it comes out, and it's going to be a shitstorm. Because, like Johnny was saying, resorts. Well, this would be, and the ship sits right above this. The garden, the ship and garden, foreign parks, foreign land, wide areas. It's not like a tiny little property. It's think park. Places where you go to visit and take a vacation to a foreign land where there's wide open area, places where you're moving people in secret. Okay. But I see for the country, financial uncertainty, business uncertainty, people that are farming or in the food industry, that is going to be uncertain because it's Ryder, fish, bear, and then clouds. So that whole network is just, the marketing's going to be really, really bad. Consumers with the fish, uncertainty, like people just don't want to spend. Let me see here. A lot of it's going to be, they're going to try to hide it and keep it from the public, keep it classified, not report, which we've already seen. The job market's in the tanker. We'll just not report the numbers. The unemployment is through the roof. We just won't report the numbers.
Yeah.
What's happening in this?
We all know it's happening because we know people that are laid off or can't find a job, and
the farmers are going belly up, bankrupt. Tyson just shut down a plant. I forget where, 3,200 more people. So it's ridership bear. That's news of business in the food industry, in the financial sector, in trade, in consulting, shopping with the fish. That's not looking good, and we're going to be kept in the dark. But it's not indefinite. Eventually, we will learn. Because the bottom line is clover, moon, and clouds. So the opportunity to market this a certain way doesn't work. It's clouds. So an opportunity to try to make it look pretty. Oh, we're going to just market this. Just tell them everything is great. Oh, the prices are down. Your paychecks went up. My paycheck says the same, but I'm paying $25 for a can of coffee. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't stick the landing because people can go and look, and then garden and book, the public learns, but at first the public will not know. It will not be open to the public, but we will learn. Okay. Public and then book, learning, knowledge. Let me see here. It's going to be somewhat bad news, maybe till maybe around June, because the clouds is 6. There might be a push from the administration for more people to do homeschooling, house and book. So maybe more cuts to education to where you don't have a choice but to try to homeschool your kids. Well, good luck doing that with 2 parents at work. Who's gonna teach your kids?
Still gotta have somebody babysit, the kids.
Your goldfish, your dog, your cat. You know what I mean? Like, so there might be a push for homeschooling, home learning. The states are going to, with the House, the states are going to have to get a little bit more on board and provide business and financial services to the public versus the feds.
There's a huge bubble in the AI industry. Trillions of dollars being invested that they'll never recover, and the chips and everything will, every 5 years they've got to be replaced. They will never get ahead in AI. Huge bubble, and when that crashes, that's like incredible. I mean, because there's so many data centers all over the country now, and new ones being built and stuff. That's globally, that's going to be amazing, because they keep saying AI. Oh, it's going to replace people. It's going to be so much harder.
Here's the thing: these data centers. You know who's picking up the bill for that? The local community. When you're electric,
they jack up your electric bills and everything, and your water bills.
Water goes through the roof. Those corporations aren't paying for it. You get to pick up that tab.
There's more and more communities that are voting them out, like saying, no, you can't build one here.
Let me see. Ship and garden, not only foreign money that they're moving abroad, but problems here, financial uncertainty around travel here to the US. So Bear and Clouds, financial uncertainty, and then ship and garden to travel here to the US. So it's this is the center of the read. Financial uncertainty, and the executive is in big trouble.
A third of our, Lori and I read on this on Christmas Day, a third of our US debt will be maturing in 2026. So they're going to have to figure out either how to refinance it or, I mean, some of these countries like Japan and China who own a lot of our national debt may not want to reinvest it. They may cash in and say, you know what, we want the money. If they do that, the U.S. is going to spiral into an economic crisis.
Yep. And then you can thank the the fiscally conservative spend money
pedophile protectors. Yeah.
Well,
thank the pedophile protectors.
Or you're going to reach back in time and blame FDR, you know? Let me see what else, because there's more here. Hold on. Give me a second. There's also an abundance of power transitioning in the House. News, abundance, power transition in the House. So, and not just the House of Representatives, but locally, this would be more like your state, your county, where you live. So the writer, news, fish, abundance, bear, power, ship, transfer, and then the house is where you live or the house. So there's going to be news of an abundance of a change of power across the board. Let me see here. Let me see. And then this bottom line, it's reading like, an opportunity to market is uncertain because the public will have knowledge. But still, there's still something within the administration that they're trying to keep on the download, but eventually the public learns. Okay, so that's what I get for some of the things for next year. So it still looks like some of the same themes. So
I'm just waiting on that moment where a lot of these oligarchs and billionaires lose some of their money. Yeah, we went through this. I always talk about it in the early 1900s with the Vanderbilts and the Carnegies and everybody. And even though they still had some wealth, a lot of them lost it. They ended up losing a big chunk of their money. I think between AI and cryptocurrency, where they're investing in each other, their circle investing, it's going to bite them in the butt.
This top line is also reading like news that an abundance of very wealthy people that control market transfer somewhere else. So these tech bros that came in here, the Elon Musk, the Peter Thiels, all these motherfuckers, the robber barons, came in here and sucked us dry and set the whole fucking place on fire. And then when they got done dismantling the very systems that made them their wealth, and there's nothing left to fleece, they're going to bounce.
Yeah,
okay,
they'll go find their own private little St. James.
That's what that is reading like. News, abundance, power transfer to somewhere else. So I wouldn't be surprised. And this is the thing about Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is allegedly, I use that term very loosely, a libertarian, which that ideology I don't understand. Like, you can explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old and I still don't understand it because it's nonsensical. How can you claim to be a libertarian while advocating for fascism? Make it make sense, because I don't understand. Libertarians are supposed to be, you do you, I do me, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want government in anything. Meanwhile, he's selling surveillance, not just here, but abroad.
Yep.
So how does that line up with your ideology? It doesn't. Don't claim that you're this thing over here when you're doing the exact opposite.
It's all control.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all read dystopian societies and said, "That's what I want. I want to live behind my wall with all my wealth, and I want everybody else out there just to
good luck
suffer."
eating your $1 million, and you're because are they just going to go build a new society somewhere else? Who's going to cook?
I thought we were supposed to end on a happy note. New perspective.
Who's going to cook your food? Who's going to mow your lawn? Who's going to take care of you when you're sick? Who's going to teach your children? Who's going to fix your car? Who's going to fix your helicopter? Who's going to fly you from point A to point B? Or are you just planning to do all that by yourself? Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So, all right. Anyways, you want to leave everybody on a good note? One last message. A happy message for the crew. A happy message for 2026. What?
Old Yam Tits bra size is about to change. He's blowing up. He's putting weight on it, or he's holding more fluids or something. He's blowing up. His bra size is about to change.
I get the child, the dog, the coffin, the house, the bouquet. Okay? Have new faith or new trust that this motherfucker's gonna die. Okay. He's gonna die. He's gonna die. And then your family and your friends and your entourage in the country can be happy and celebrate. We will find
everybody's going to be looking at his chest and talking about it. His bra size is going to change. He's got problems. He's like putting on weight, whether it's fluid or fat, doesn't matter. He's putting on weight.
Have childlike hope and childlike trust that son of a bitch is going to die, and then we can all be happy. Okay, so
everybody's got to go sometime.
So.
Wheel of Fortune, good luck. Life is not random. You are here on purpose. That's all I got.
All right, you guys. So this is our last reading of the year. We will see you next year on Donnie's channel.
On Donnie's channel.
Breaking the new year the wrong way, but we'll see.
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that obituary.
One day.
I'm over it. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
Do not live your life in a way where everybody wishes you were dead.
Stab it a few times for me, Johnny.
Do not.
Get them in the cankles so they pop too.
Oh, that went right through.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Right in the fucking cankles.
That's a shame. You know what? Even the right wing didn't do this to Obama. What kind of person do you have to be where they make voodoo dolls at you?
Voodoo dolls love you.
Toilet paper, you guys, toilet paper with his face on it.
Like
Piñata.
There's a whole market for all that.
Piñatas with him. I mean,
the best thing this man ever did with his whole life, because there is something good that came out of Donald Trump. I wouldn't have known these two if it weren't for Donald Trump, because we wouldn't have been here. We wouldn't have known all of y'all. Y'all wouldn't have known us. Even if you hate watch, you still know who we are. All because of him. He served a purpose, a weird roundaboutish kind of way. And mind you, this person here got to express their artistic talent because of Donald Trump. So
We've also gotten to see who we need to clean out in the Democrat side too.
Yeah.
You know, that we got some people
Well, I
that
was
need to
ending
go.
on a nice note. We don't have to go
Yeah.
there.
Think of all the Etsy witches that have been gainfully employed because everybody has been cursing this motherfucker. Him and his administration. Everybody that's been cursing him, going to the Etsy witches and the TikTok witches, cursing everybody. I mean, we have had fun. As
Do not live your life.
We have found a way to laugh through it, you know.
Yes, we have.
Because if not, we'd be crying. Or on
Yeah,
antidepressants.
we'd be crying or we'd be a felon like him. So let's be above the fray, I guess.
We can be petty about them all.
I wanted to thank everybody tonight for joining us for our last show of the year. Thank you for the super chats. We'll see you next year on Johnny's. Get you a Cheeto bag and smash the shit out of it, dude. It'll make you feel better.
Before I forget, Sacred Sounds of Coffee next Sunday on my channel at 10 a.m. Central Time with Gail. Almost forgot that.
And the ice voodoo dolls all over New Orleans. And then there was ash at the hotel that they were staying at. They put ash behind it, like a whole ton of ash with the voodoo dolls. I was like, ooh. What cards are those, Johnny?
The Tower and the Devil. They were on the bottom for him. So I just thought I'd pull them and let y'all see.
Jesus, come get your child. We're sick of it. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year.
Don't forget to go to Barnes & Nobles and get your books. It's 25% off. Bye.
Bye.